Hey, I wanted to do a video previewing Brimfield, but seeing as how shows are canceling left and right, I thought I would update what's going on with Brimfield. I just saw online that through a promoter, one of the field promoters from Hertans posted on Facebook that it looks like the town's going to make a final decision about whether to cancel or whatever Brimfield on April 15th. So we still have some time. Of course, a lot of shows have canceled. Bunch of shows this weekend canceled. Texas Round Top just canceled. I heard some big shows with huge rents in the East Coast are canceling. So $7,000 rent shows are canceling. So it's affecting all the shows. And it's a scary time, of course, for people who could die. So this all seems trivial to that. But for me, I can only speak to it from an antiques dealer perspective as a self-employed person that it's scary time to be self-employed and trying to sell stuff that nobody needs, unlike toilet paper. But so I wanted to originally preview some of the stuff I was taking to Brimfield, and I'll still do that, but kind of want to talk about like the future of the business. I've been selling a lot online recently and trying to focus on that, and I definitely want to do that coming up, but I'm definitely afraid, and I've talked to a few of my dealer friends, that sales are going to dry up. You know, people are going to start worrying about what's happening with their retirement, you know, in the stock market, and other businesses are suffering, and so, you know, that's going to have a trickle effect, not a trickle down effect, just effect on everything. You know, a restaurant suffers, they spend less, and so who knows how bad my retail customers are suffering or will start to suffer. And I don't know, I've had some cash flow issues recently myself, so I'm a little bit worried about, like, if people stop buying stuff online 2 weeks from now, a week from now, how I'll pay some of my bills. But it's a scary time to be an antique dealer, and who knows what Brimfield will be like if say this sort of peters out before April 15th, and they decide to have the show. It still could, people's checkbooks could be hurting still, even though, you know, they might not be afraid of getting sick or passing on the sickness to elderly relatives. But if their checkbooks and checking accounts and everything's hurting, like, they're not going to come shop. And if 50% of the retail crowd's down and 50% of the dealer crowd's down, like, who do we sell to? So I don't know, scary time. I had some cool stuff I thought for Brimfield, or set aside for the coming shows between now and Brimfield. This awesome artist model statue and a really nice surface. Have a soft hold on that from a background of being in another video. Got this cool trade sign from a hardware store, I guess. You know, it's a fiberglass thing in the shape of a wrench. Does not move or anything. It's designed to hang. I always thought that was kind of cool. Surprised it didn't sell the first couple shows I put it out at, but I thought it had a good shot at Brimfield. Couple wood signs. Auto body shop from upstate New York. That seemed like that was pretty cool. Not a lot of money. I think priced around $225. Hotel sign priced at $200. Seems pretty reasonable for a wood sign. Thought I had a chance of moving up there. One of my recent additions to my inventory is this sign, which I love. I guess from Upper Peninsula of Michigan, perhaps. It's double-sided. It says first chance on one side, last chance on the other side. So you are heading into an area like a national park, or, you know, Upper Peninsula of Michigan, or headed into an area, and this was the last stop on the way in and the first stop on the way out. So if you needed to get your cigarettes and lunches and stuff like that, this was the place to go. Cool sign. Had it in Nashville, but I thought this would be good for Brimfield, so I don't know what to say to the customers out there or my dealer friends out there, but hopefully this thing blows over as quickly as possible, and hopefully very few people die, because this is all trivial compared to that. But of course it's our livelihoods for us, and that's not as trivial, but not trivial, but still not as important as life or death. So hopefully it blows over quickly and business gets back to normal. We'll see.